Welcome back to my videos. I know it's been a while since I've done this. So for those of you who are new to this channel, hello there, welcome. Now those of you who have been following me for quite a while, a couple months ago actually, or even years from the very beginning of this channel, y'all might have known that I did a series of Land of Alvor called Land of Alvor WTF Moments and until it ended. And then I did Sophia First WTF Moments until that series has been put on pause. Now, back in the last episode of Sophia First Forever Royal, the last thing I said was I was going to do a new series called Candy Candy. And I know I've been promising it. I said it should be done back in September, but it was trouble getting the stuff to do it because this show was not it's not on any streaming sites or websites, like I said. It was never released in the United States. I usually will say why it's not, but due to racial problems that it may cause in this channel, I'm not going to say why. But it is on the internet if you want to look that up. Like I said, I'm not going to put a link on this, and there will be no link for these episodes because none of them are aired on streaming sites or streaming apps. So if you are willing to watch the series like you were doing with Elena or Sophia, you will have to buy the DVD. If you live in the United States, I recommend buying the Japanese one and translating that to English with subtitles because there is no English translation except for the first 2 episodes, but that's on Daily Motion only. Now, if you live in Mexico, don't worry, or Spain or Colombia, there are Spanish versions as well. What I do is I have Spanish version with English closed captions so that's something I can understand a little bit better than Japanese, so I just put the volume on mute. But if you live in Japan, well, there's a Japanese one, and I think it's Chinese translation on it, or anyone in China, if you didn't know that. So, like I said, this was not released in the United States, so if you've never heard of this, it's pretty understandable. But for people of you that do know this series and have watched it, I know y'all probably fell in love with it, because once people see this series, they fall in love with it. So I'm going to roll the intro like we do with everyone. This will be the English theme song from the ones that were actually translated in English. So let's roll the intro, and this is going to be a fun series. She's a girl, pretty girls with ribbons in her hair. She's a girl with lots of fun and friends to share. She rides the prairies, she loves the ponies and rides the prairies. I am very sorry that I'm messing up this intro. She loves the prairies and rides the ponies. She likes to sing when birds are singing. Sing her name, Candy. Don't ever leave me. Don't run away, please. Candy, Candy. So like I said, I was very sorry I messed up the intro a little bit. It's my first time doing it, so maybe next week I'll get better. So this movie is being filmed on Friday, but these will go out on Mondays. Unless Sophia First starts back up, then these will be going out on Sundays. So let's get on with this. This is going to be Candy Candy Season 1. There's only one season. Season 1, Episode 1. A lovely lasso-wielding girl. Okay. So, this takes place on a snowy day on the edge of Lake Michigan. Have you ever seen Lake Michigan? No. Well, that's sad. That's all I have to say. Lake Michigan is very beautiful. You can see it from either Michigan or on the edge of Chicago, actually, because that's one of the most popular places there is Lake Michigan. But do not jump in on a day like today when it's freezing cold. I've heard there's some people that do that and get arrested for doing that because it is just stupid. Especially you do that, this is around Christmas time, I assume. In the winter, because Michigan gets cold. You know who else is from Michigan? Kid Rock. But anyways, at the edge of Lake Michigan, there's a place called Pony's Home. It's an orphanage for boys and girls, and it's run by 2 nuns, Sister Pony and Sister Maria. Depending on which version you're watching. If you're watching American Spanish, Spanish and Japanese, it's Sister Lane, but in the Spanish version, it's Sister Maria, and I like Maria better, so we're going to go with Sister Maria. That is going to be her name. If you don't like it, just try to imagine that I'm saying Lane in your mind. That's what you can do. So, yeah, that's how it's going to be. So, anyways, they're there and they're feeding the kids, and here is one of the main characters of our movie, Tom. He's a baby at this point. And they're like, Tom, and he's kind of fussy as a baby, like, what is it? he can hear a baby outside crying. And they found a girl just abandoned in the snow. Oh, that is not okay. You know there's an orphanage right there on a snow day. You can knock on the door and say, "Please take my kid. I can't take care of her." I just don't think leaving your kid in the snow is a good idea, even if you no longer want it. When there's an orphanage for a good 3 feet away from the door. Would it have been that hard to walk up to the door, really? If you don't want no one to know who you are, knock on the door and run away. Because what if Tom doesn't hear this kid in the wind that's blowing like 20 miles, 70 miles an hour? Have you heard wind like in your room when there's no TV or nothing on, you going? I have. I've heard that. And I can't usually hear anything going on outside. There's usually you can hear like people talking outside your house, and I can't hear nobody talking or nothing. Well, that's back in Emerald, not here in Missouri, because our neighbors are like way, way over there. But yeah, I mean, I can usually hear people outside talking or something. So, anyways, they find her, and there's a note that says, "Please take care of my kid. I tried, and I can't take care of her no more. Her name is Annie." And they hear another baby crying, and they see no note, no nothing of her name, just a doll with the name Candy on it. So he said, "So, your name is Candy." So being that they found Annie and Candy on a white day they called Candy, that's actually her nickname. Her full name is Candace White. She gets a new name when she gets adopted, but keeps Candace White. But her main name that everyone calls her by is her nickname, Candy. Like, people call me Jordy, because I'm Jordy. My full name is Marcus Jordy Morris, and it's spelled legally with I-E, but I like to spell it with Y. I mean, Candy's name is Candace, and everyone calls her Candy, so. So they bring them in, and Tom takes Annie's binky. Oh, man, this kid is already a problem guy, I can tell. And Candy has her ball, and she smacks Tom with it. And they're crying, they're like, "Oh my goodness, the babies are crying like wild cats." Have you ever heard a domestic cat cry? All night long for who knows what reason? They say cats are crepuscular, which means they're active to dawn and dusk, but they mimic their owners. No, they don't. My cat sleeps all day, and at night, she's meowing nonstop until I lock her in the closet for the whole night, and she doesn't make a pee. No, I'm kidding. No. I did that for 2 minutes one time. One time I did that for like 2 hours. I didn't realize that she was in there. I forgot. It was just like, just 2 minutes. And now when she meows, I come out of the room, she's like, "Oh no." I say, "I can put you in the closet for 2 minutes and maybe I'll forget you're in there or not. Do you want to try and see?" And she be very quiet after that. And then there's the dog that cries from time to time for who knows what he wants. Or maybe he's just trying to get my attention. If you don't have a cat or a dog, you probably don't understand that. But yeah. So, like I said, even domestic cats cry. It's not just wild cats. Wild cats, I imagine like a tiger lion or something. But then, some years pass and they're building snowmen. Oh my God, it hasn't snowed yet this year in Missouri or Texas. It hasn't snowed, and I'm already thinking about snow and sledding and snowmen and freezing cold. I don't like the cold. Y'all know that about me. But yeah, building snowmen and sledding is fun. So Candy and Annie are building snowmen, and Tom, cousins by with his friends, his snow almost runs him over. What is wrong with this boy? And he destroyed Annie's snowman and said, "Apologize." "Oh, no, Candy, it's okay." "Well, maybe she doesn't want you to apologize, but I want you to apologize to me." "Annie, let Tom apologize." And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." "Yeah, he doesn't mean it." Maybe if one another they could say, "Now, Tom, like you mean it." So springtime comes, and there's some ducks tied together with a string? Is ducks being tied with string a normal behavior? No, it's not ducks' normal behavior. Although, it's less likely they're going to lose their kids. So, props on whoever did that. And Sister Maria goes, oh, that must be Candy. Why not Tom? He's the problem child over here. So anyways, they find Candy in a tree. She loves to climb trees, especially this one. So she falls down off the tree. I mean, she gets down a little ways and then just collapses. So then she's with Sister Maria and Sister Pony, and she's saying like, why'd you tie the ducks together? Well, I would do the same thing. I don't want the ducks to lose each other. I mean, yeah, you're like, well, Jordan, we don't tie each other together. No, we have strollers where we keep our kids in. And some people will even forget their kid is there. Okay, I don't know if any parents have done that, but I've seen YouTube videos where kids have, been pretending they were parents and left the kids. And their parents like, there's no adult here doing supervision, no kid left behind. Don't worry. But I don't know if some adults do that. I've seen some people prank me like, honk like, hey, there's a baby on top of your car. I've never done that. I should do that. So anyways, 10 years passes, I forgot to. So they were asking why she tied ducks together. Like I was saying, she doesn't want them to lose each other. And then she went back out and she's like, oh, I was so worried about you. Yeah, I would be too. My best friend falls and gets hurt. I'd be worried. She's like, don't you think we should handle this better? Sister Maria and Sister Pony said, look at them. How could we possibly scold them? And said, what's wrong? And said, I'm just thinking about the day when they have to leave. True, because remember this. People can't stay there forever. And every, 3 days, somebody comes and they practice good manners to, have people adopt them. Except for Candy and Annie. They act like bad kids because they don't want to get adopted. They want to stay forever. You can't do that. I'm saying it's not how orphanages work. You don't keep kids for the next 60 years. I mean, if they become nuns and say, hey, I want to work here, maybe that works. But no, not usually. That's not how it works, no. I mean, Sister Pony's getting up there in years. They do need someone afterward. Maybe they'll be doing it, but not right now. So then, 10 years pass, and it's the birthday of the girls. And they're like, so why you have your birthday on the same day? And they say, well, since their real birthdays were unknown, they found on the same day as kids. I wish I was found on the same day as you. And then they said that something special happened to Tom. He got adopted. When spring comes around, he's going to a wealthy farmer. Wealthy farmer. That means Tom's going to get these $1,000 paychecks of his allowance every week. No, I'm kidding. I don't know how much allowance he's going to get. I have no clue. Wealthy farmer probably can afford that if he's a wealthy farmer. This guy's not looking anything wealthy, but I could be wrong. So Candy's like, he's just going with some weirdo. And a fight ensues. Oh my gosh. And they say, y'all can't get along together. So then she's like, hey, where is Tom going? I could care less. I said, you don't care where Tom goes? Not really. After the way he treated you, Annie, I wouldn't care either. But they hear something outside, and it's Tom, and he's throwing a lasso. And Candy's like, I didn't teach you the lasso. And they drop the hat. He said, don't touch that. That's my future father gave me that hat. Aww. So, finally, she tries to fight Tom again. He wins. She's like, when you become so strong, he always was, but he didn't want her a nice girl like Candy. So he's been letting her win. Tom is really strong. I was always thinking, why is this girl so much stronger than this boy? Like, aren't men supposed to be not all, but mostly stronger? And Tom was a little bit older, I think, by maybe like a few months. That's what I'm trying to say, not by years. But Candy cries, and Curran, she has this little raccoon that comes to comfort her. It's her raccoon that she keeps. So she's really gonna miss Tom when he goes. And this big cowboy comes. And his name is Mr. Steve. And he's like, say goodbye. I. And he hits him and goes, fool! These people take care of you for 10 years and you can't even thank them? Show some compassion, Steve. Jeez. So anyways, she's like, oh, don't go with this rough guy. Then she said, you've only known him for 1 minute. You already beat him? Yeah, I'd say the same thing. But he says, I can get a little rough too. Look at these big hands. I'm gonna have hands like this. These are the hands of my new father. So he properly thanks Sister Maria and Sister Boney, and tells Candy and Annie his goodbyes. And then when he leaves to go with his new dad, he said, so let's go. Of course, Mr. Steve says, no, call me Daddy. He goes, Daddy. That's really sweet. So then when they ride off, Sister Pony tells him that Tom was actually the ones who found Candy and Annie. So say, hey, it's way a shortcut. And they told Tom, thank you. And Annie gets sad, saying that she wants a mom and dad too. Never shown anything about this, but, seeing Tom go, with a family, I'd agree the same thing. And all families are good, we're going to find out very soon. But not in this episode, because they give each other a kiss and say they're each other's parents. And that's how the episode ends. So that is it for my Candy WTF moments. The first one I've done, season 1, episode 1. There's only one season, I should just say episode. There's episode 1. A lovely lasso-wielding girl. This is still a true reach age for Liam channel. That's never going to change. And since this is no longer Disney, we'll just do Candy. I'm drinking lemonade mixed with ginger ale. The 3 shorts today will be done on the Candy K theme song in Japan, in Spanish, and in English. Anyways, I'll see you next video. Bye!